All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving into a Premier League matchup that, well, let's just say it's got a lot more intrigue than it might seem at first glance.
Definitely.
You guys have sent us some fantastic articles about the Southampton versus Chelsea game.
Yeah.
And I got to say, even before digging in, I was already, well, I was hooked.
Yeah.
So Southampton, they're battling to climb out of the bottom of the table, right?
Yep.
While Chelsea, well, they're flying high. Second place, tied with Arsenal, looking strong.
Mm-hmm.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Southampton actually beat Chelsea twice last season.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
So the big question is, could they pull off another upset? I mean, is it even possible?
Well, it's a real David versus Goliath situation, that's for sure. Southampton, they're desperate for points.
Oh, yeah.
If they want to avoid relegation, they need to win. And beating a top team like Chelsea, that would be huge.
Huge.
But can lightning strike 3 times? That's what we're going to find out.
Okay, so the articles we got paint a pretty clear picture of Southampton's struggles. They're stuck at the bottom of the table.
Right now, yeah, bottom of the barrel.
And that recent draw against Brighton, man, they were so close to a winning goal.
Oh, I saw that one. Agonizing.
It just shows the pressure they're under. You can feel it.
Absolutely. That draw against Brighton, it was a missed opportunity, plain and simple. For Southampton, every point matters. They got to fight for every inch.
Every inch.
But Chelsea, they're a whole other beast.
No argument there. Chelsea are in top form, racking up wins left and right. They're tied for second with Arsenal, but they're still trailing Liverpool 9 points behind.
Right points, yeah, that's a tough gap to close.
You don't think that's got to be fueling their fire?
It's got to be. But here's the thing. Chelsea, they're fantastic against the bottom half of the table. But against the top teams, they're not quite as dominant. It makes you wonder, do they change tactics depending on who they're playing?
Interesting. So maybe they play more aggressively against the weaker teams because they know even if they mess up, they've got the firepower to come back.
Possibly. It's a good question. I mean, it's like maybe they see an opportunity against a team like Southampton and think, all right, let's go all out. But against a team like Liverpool, they're more cautious.
That makes sense. So maybe Southampton's underdog status could actually work in their favor. Maybe Chelsea will underestimate them, just like last season.
Maybe. But let's not forget, Chelsea's got a lot to prove, too. They're chasing that title.
True, true. Okay, so let's talk about those 2 Southampton victories last season. What happened there? How did they pull off those upsets?
Well, in both matches, Southampton brought the intensity. They were fearless, played with a ton of heart, and they really capitalized on Chelsea's mistakes, especially on defense.
So they had a game plan. They knew Chelsea's weaknesses and exploited them.
Exactly. The question is, can they do it again?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And the articles pointed out something else that's interesting. They highlighted a particular player matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Southampton's Cameron Archer, he tends to score early, get those first goals.
He's quick off the mark.
While Chelsea's Cole Palmer, he often comes alive in the later stages of the game. It's like this clash of styles.
That's interesting. So if Southampton takes an early lead, do they try to just defend it?
And play into Palmer's hands.
Exactly. Or do they keep attacking? But then they risk leaving themselves open to Chelsea's offense, which can be really dangerous.
It's a real tactical puzzle.
Yeah.
This is why I love football. And then there's this hot stat that I got to bring up.
Hit me.
7 of Chelsea's last 8 Wednesday away games have had over 2.5 goals.
Wow. That's a lot of goals.
Right. So could we be in for a goal fest?
It's definitely possible. But remember, that stat only looks at Wednesday games.
Good point.
It'd be interesting to see if the same pattern holds up on other days. Maybe there are other factors involved, like player fatigue, or different tactics depending on the day.
Right. Okay, so for all you listeners out there, here's the big question. Who do you think will win this match? Will Southampton pull off another incredible upset? Or will Chelsea's strength and experience just be too much?
It's a tough one to call. I mean, we've got these clashing styles, the potential for an early goal from Southampton, and then Chelsea's firepower in the later stages. Plus, historically, this matchup tends towards high-scoring games. It's going to be a wild ride.
It is, and that's what makes it so exciting. So as you're watching, think about the tactics, the strategies. How will Southampton approach this game as the underdog? Will Chelsea try to counter their early pressure? And will we see that flurry of goals?
Pay close attention.
We want to hear your thoughts, share your predictions, your analysis. Let's break down this match together. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Enjoy the game.